Well, hello everyone. We just want to welcome you, and we're going to get started in just a moment. I'm going to ask Jen to turn on her camera, and that way we can, uh, hopefully everybody can see us. All right, I'm going to switch to our first opening slide here. So my name is Rob Heinrichs, and with me is
Jen Whiffen.
Nice and we're just so happy to have you here joining us. We can tell from the people attending that we have around 100, over 100 people joining us. So that's pretty cool. We're pretty excited about that. And we're really glad and excited to have you along for this journey with us. To get us started, we are going to, play you a video now. So I'm just gonna set that in motion for you right now. All right, so today we're going to be doing numeracy and Minecraft. We are going to be spending some time looking at what it is like to make a floor plan, how you're going to track your supplies in the supplies you're using in Minecraft to make your fantasy home. We're going to look at how to build in Minecraft. We're going to be doing an actual virtual lesson in Minecraft. We're going to show you how to host a world, and then also to take pictures and save them so that you can document your learning along the way. So I'm going to hand it over to Jen in just a second, but I wanted to just make you aware of something. We have a question and answer section. You can use the question and answer section to ask your questions, and we will answer those for you as we go. We have a team of team members here to answer those questions. So we have some friends of mine, Elan and Nicole and James and Dave, and they are all here to answer your questions. And if they don't know the answer, then Jen and I will either figure it out or find out the answer for you. And just a reminder that when you're asking those questions, please make sure that they're on topic. We want to make sure that we're using that chat wisely. All right, Jen, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Rob. All right, so I'm assuming that a lot of you have already seen some of the videos to go along with the tasks that you'll be doing. So one would be that big sort of that introduction video. You know that you're going to be using your imagination and doing a bit of research to create a house. And some of you may have seen this video about making a floor plan. It is up on the SharePoint site for you to take a look at if you have not, and it gives all of the detailed instructions that you will need to kind of go through it. Rob, can I get you to flip the slide? I'm just going to go over a couple of basics, and also talk to you if you do not have a graph paper to work with. So the basics of making your floor plan is you're going to be doing some brainstorming about what kinds of rooms you'll want. what kinds of features you want in your house. You're going to be narrowing it down to a few that you want to start with on your first floor, because we're just going to be dealing with the first floor today. Once you kind of make an outline in stage 1 about basically kind of where you want your rooms to be and the configuration of your house, then you're moving on to stage 2, where you get to sort of imagine the Minecraft grid that you're going to be building this floor plan on. In Minecraft, if you have a lot of experience with Minecraft, you'll know that when you're wandering around and you look down at the ground, everything is sort of mapped out in a grid. And it's a meter square grid in Minecraft. In the case of what I'm using here, you see in stage 2, it's a centimeter grid printout. It's also available on the SharePoint site. If you have access to a printer, you can print one out. If you do not, and you don't have any graph paper at all, that's okay too. You'll want to get yourself a centimeter ruler, and every centimeter is going to equal a meter, basically, in Minecraft. And you can just map out all of your lines and your measurements that way if you don't have graph paper. And stage 3, before we enter Minecraft, you're going to do a few calculations. You're going to, you want to go through and label what room is what, and then you need to sort of figure out your area of the different rooms, how many blocks sort of per room you're going to be, you're going to need for your floor space and also for your wall space. One thing that I did in my stage 3 floor plan is that I didn't account for the fact that in Minecraft, when you're building, the walls are not a line. They're going to be blocks as well. So when you make your floor plan initially, and then you go into Minecraft, you may need to make some adjustments in terms of the size, just because every time when you put your walls in place, those are blocks too. They're not simple lines. And to do your area calculations, if you want to use some multiplication, you're dealing with a lot of rectangles, go for it. And that's your fastest route, of course. You can also just simply count squares to be able to figure out area. If you are using a ruler, you know that you can do the same thing, that your length times your width is going to equal your area, and that will help you accomplish the goal of providing your measurements. So floor plan, we're going to be assuming, is done at this point, and your teacher should give you a little bit of feedback on that and give you the thumbs up to head in and to start to try to map out your floor plan in Minecraft. Now, I will be going over some supply tracking. We're going to take a look at the supply tracking after we take our first steps into Minecraft. So I think at this point, I have to share my screen and we'll be going in. You have
Jen,
to, yep.
Do you mind if I just jump in?
Yes, jump in, please.
So we just want everybody to know that if you haven't done your floor plan yet, that's okay. This is now the time to start.
That's right.
So we might be assuming that you have done it, but if you haven't, it's okay. We're gonna let you do that, and then you can do the parts of building that first floor after you get that done.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna share and head into Minecraft at this point. So just give me a minute. You know what I'm going to do? I went to the wrong share. I'm just going to make a quick adjustment here. Sorry, everyone. And there we go. Okay. All right. So you should be seeing Minecraft on the screen. And if you're seeing anything else, please jump in and let me know. I'm going to view a world that we started here. This is our sample house for today. And you'll notice once we get in there that there really isn't a whole lot laid out. So this is assuming that we are at the very beginning. This rectangle that has been laid down here on the ground just helps me kind of map out. That's the edge of sort of my patio area right now. Now I don't have a whole lot of experience in Minecraft, so I'm really slow at this. Here is my grid, by the way, and I'm going to take some steps over here to sort of figure out my distance. I know that my patio started here, goes in a block, and then I'm going to start my wall in this spot right here. And when I want to lay down blocks for my wall, I should be not standing on the square that I want to lay it down on. So let's see if I can do this correctly here. Ha, no, let's try again here. Oh, that's mining. There we go. And back it up a little bit more here again. And aha, there we go. First block. But you can see how horribly slow I am at this. Part of what is exciting about Minecraft is knowing that you can, if you really want to speed things up, that you don't have to be stuck all by yourself and working things out. And I was really lucky to be paired with Rob for this project, because he knows how to do things way the heck faster than I do. And he also knows some skills that I don't know. Like I'm not really sure exactly how to stick in doors and windows, but he knows how to do all that stuff. And instead of me just plodding along all by myself, I think I'd like to invite him to come and help me out. And Rob, are you okay with that?
Yeah, and you know what, Jen, I think it would be great if you made your window full screen.
Okay, let's do that. Hang on, I'm gonna escape for a second so I can. Great. And then now in order to invite you, what should I do?
So you've done the first step. You've hit the ESC button, the escape button, and you've got this menu on the screen here that shows the Minecraft block and the settings. But in order to share, we're going to hit the tab with the people icons at the top.
Okay.
And then it says start hosting.
Okay, so I'm going to click that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, confirm. This is going to help me create a code, and then Rob, you're going to use that code, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I can see that the code here is a sign and a rail, and then what's that next one there? That's a map.
Map. Yeah.
And then the agent, and the agent is a special education robot, and so I will enter those in. So sign, rail, map, and agent, and then I should be able to join your world.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the game, and are you going to be in there, do you think? Let's take a look.
Well, I'm trying.
You're trying. Okay. Well, so far it's okay. I got some chickens. I have this fellow over here with some llamas, which is really interesting. I don't know where he came from. And while we're waiting for you, I'm just going to lay down a few more blocks and get a little closer. So now, again, if you've never done this kind of stuff before, you'll notice that it shows you everything you need to do, your keystrokes for moving and flying up here on the, or down here on the left. Oh, there's Rob. There you go. Yay. Okay, now I'm just going to watch for a little bit. Rob, you show him how much faster you go. So when you get experience at this kind of stuff, hang on.
Let's oh, I've got nothing in my inventory. Well, that's pretty silly.
Okay. So he's mining away. I'm gonna just stop flying here and move along the ground. And then so Rob, did you already put some stuff in there?
I got a text from my kids. They're laughing because of how bad I am doing right now.
Okay. See, he's a lot faster, so I'm glad that he's in here helping me work it out. So we're gonna move all the way around, and then Rob, I really want to just put a door in once we get all the way around. If I can figure out how to move forward again. So okay.
I've got a villager in my way here.
By the way, if teachers, if you've never done Minecraft before and like this is your first time in, know that I'm in the same boat, and it's and you're never alone, because I bet you anything that you have a whole pile of kid experts in your class that can do just like what Rob is doing for me. So there you go. Ta-da! And we'll know all kinds of tricks and tips. Okay, so we have, like, Rob's starting to build up the second wall. Oh, whoa, he's doing it really fast. Okay, hang on. Do we need the whole second wall in, Rob, before we start putting a door in? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, I'll try to help out here, I suppose. Okay, hang on. Okay. Oh, I feel so bad that you have to watch me and not Rob. Okay. Is it just the second one that we need in, or do we need a third as well?
We're going to build 3 layers.
Three layers. Okay. And I'm just going to build 3 layers here so that, because I think that's approximately where my door is going. Now, at all times, you want to make sure that you have your floor plan with you so you can kind of count things out. There we go. All right. Okay, so I think I can put a door in right now, Rob. Like I want it right here. And where are you right now? Okay.
I am
section right over here. Okay. Can we just check out the door? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to come over near you. And this little space over here, I think, is that the back for where the kitchen is? Or is that the front entrance? I can't remember.
That's going to be the front.
Okay, so let's move. Let's start at the front entrance then. Obviously, now you notice in Minecraft you build walls first and then, oh, llama, hello. You build walls first and then you take them away for wherever you need your door space. So, okay, Rob, yeah. Can I just start chopping at my wall here? Is that what I do, even though there's llamas in the way?
Well, yeah, you don't want to hurt the llamas. I mean, okay. Yeah, but you can break that door. So you can break that wall to put the door in.
Okay, so I'm gonna mine instead. So that was my, get out of the way, you.
You could always go on the outside.
Trapping the llamas in here when we shouldn't have. Okay. Now you guys go. What'd you get? Okay, hang on. All right, so is that a big enough space, by the way?
That is perfect. So you want a 2x2 space if we're putting in double doors, or a 1x2 space if you're putting in single doors.
Okay, well, I definitely want double doors here. So just hold on here. Now the llamas will stay out of the way. Oh, finally they're getting out of here. Okay, there we go. And cow is in. Okay. Oh, did you just did you turn that llama around?
Yeah.
Okay. Now to get my door, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gotta get some new inventory. There we go. Now I'm holding on to a birch door. And should I just be able to throw the door in there? Like how do I do it?
So you want to look at the ground where you want the door to be placed, and then place it there.
Place it. Oh, got it. Okay. 1, 2, and my door is in.
Yeah. Nice. And then you can right click on the door to open it and close it.
All right.
Yeah.
And I should be able to go, oops. Silly llama, get out of the way. Okay, all right, so that's doors. And just quickly, can you show me about windows? I'm just gonna.
Sure, absolutely. So I'm just grabbing some glass actually.
Okay, perfect. Because I heard you saying it was a little bit, the windows can be a bit finicky sometimes. So I'm just gonna start knocking out a space in my wall. Oh, can I do that? Do I have to put the door down in order to do that? Oh, there you go. Thank you.
So what I just did was I just broke a hole, and I'm making a window that's 1 high and 2 wide. And then I'm going to select the glass from my inventory and then place it in. And sometimes you end up with a piece of glass that's sticking out like that.
Yeah.
And you can just break it and replace it. We're in creative mode, so your inventory is endless, so you don't have to worry about, limited supplies.
Right. Okay. Now the supplies are limited, are unlimited, but
unlimited.
We do need to keep track though, right? So, and actually maybe this is a good time just before we exit to talk about tracking supplies here. So it would have been, now as we've been building, I've been counting and I've been keeping tallies of the kinds of supplies that we are using. And I'm going to show you when we go back into PowerPoint exactly how many supplies that we have used. Because part of this project is you're going to be showing what you used, and you're going to be making a graph of what you used. And then we're going to figure out how much what you used cost you, because we're going to give each of these supplies a cost. And of course, this is our sneaky way of bringing math into this project. So, okay, so Rob, I'm gonna escape and I'm gonna go back to the PowerPoint.
All right.
Okay. So see you later. I'll meet you back in just a moment here.
All right.
Okay, and we're waiting for the PowerPoint to show again.
Okay, my computer's just a little bit slow. Here we go.
That's okay. There we go. Okay. So far there's the floor plan. Again, we're gonna just move it ahead to the yep, and then one more. There we go. Okay, so here's the supply tracking sheet. Now again, this is available on the SharePoint site, and you can print it off. And you notice how up on the page here, I have been tallying away of tracking how many blocks we were using to create our first floor plan. And tallies, of course, are a really basic and easy way to keep track, but you don't have to just use tallies to keep track of your supplies. You'll notice that I started, this is sort of the perimeter of the house here, and then I said ×3, and I did that because I knew we would be building a second layer, and the third layer was going to be all the same, right? And so not every single one needs to be accounted for in a tally. You're allowed to use some adding or some multiplying to help speed your process up, as long as you communicate what you did. And then afterwards, I just took out the spaces that we used when we put in the doors and the windows. You'll notice at this point too, we've used some glass, but there's a lot of other supplies that you can use. I've created spaces for them here on the supply tracking sheet, and then every time you use stuff, just tally it, stick it down. And if you wait until the very last to do all your supply tracking, like you don't track it as you go, it takes a little bit of figuring out, but not much. You should be able to do it. Just make sure that every time you finished a floor, that you go through and you are accounting for all the supplies that you used when you created that floor. Okay. And we can pop it ahead to the next slide, I think. Okay. Actually, no, at this point, so no, pop it ahead to the next slide there, Rob. I'm still seeing the supply tracking page just up here. If you can move it ahead one more slide, that would be great.
Yeah, sorry, Jen.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay.
So this is what I've got for the next one.
Right. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. So in essence, every time that we come up and do a live lesson, we're going to be giving some tips and tricks. And we need to actually go back into our world, don't we? Because we still have yet to show you how to take some pictures and put them into portfolio. So let's do that. I'm gonna share my screen right now, and we're gonna go back in to our Minecraft world here. Okay, so back in. And now, okay, so Rob, so I've made, this is not all of my first floor, but that's going to be okay for right now. I just want to take a picture of it so far. And I would love for you to show me how the heck I do that. Because in my inventory right now, I don't even have a camera in there. So what should I do?
All right. So Jen, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to hit the E button to access your equipment, and you're going to type camera. Yeah. And then you're going to drag that into the equipment line on your browser there. Yeah.
Anywhere I can just throw it over top of anything?
Yep, anywhere. It'll replace one of those blocks. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And you can let that one go anywhere.
Okay. And now to get back out again, I'm just gonna.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
We also want to add the portfolio into your inventory there.
Portfolio. Okay.
Yeah, it's that book. That's it.
Okay. and I'll just put it right beside it. And
Yeah,
get
so
rid
what
of my
we're going to
fence
do is
panels.
we're going to take some pictures and then we're going to put those pictures into our portfolio.
Okay, so I see it down in my inventory, so just hold on. Now I'm using a laptop with no mouse, so I have to use my number pad to be able to, there we go, now I've got a camera. Okay, so I have a camera. I'm gonna fly up a little bit. Oop, come on, you go too fast, you drop again, right? All right, so how about this little spot with the llamas? I'm gonna take a picture of my doors and my windows so far.
Sure.
Okay, and
So
is it
line up the crosshairs that are in the middle of your screen with the area that you want to take the picture of.
okay?
And then you're going to right click with the camera in your hand.
Okay, and there we go. Okay.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay. So one, I'm gonna get my windows over here. Two, and let's just stick with 2 pictures right now. So okay, so I took the pictures. And where are those pictures now?
Okay, so now you're going to switch from the camera by pressing the number 4 button to go into your portfolio.
Okay.
So switch to the portfolio, put in your hand, yeah, and now right click your mouse or trackpad. Yeah, there's your pictures.
Nice. Okay. All right. So now, do I have to have a portfolio in order to see the pictures? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the great thing about the portfolio is that you can easily export it and share that with your teacher.
Okay, so hang on here. So I can label floor, and then
Yeah.
over here, doors and pet. Okay, so there we go. All right, so now if I wanted to share this with my teacher, am I exporting it then? Is that the next step?
That's correct.
Okay, so export portfolio. Okay. And okay, so you notice that it'll save it as a PDF, and I'm just gonna pop it on my desktop, and so I'll know where to get it. But of course, you just choose whatever folder you feel works best for you. Okay, so it's on my portfolios or on my desktop. So okay, and if I were to, I'm gonna exit Minecraft and just go check it out and see what we get. Okay, so now this is something that you could pop into Teams or pop into FreshGrade, right?
Yeah, so a PDF is a great format for teachers because it works on pretty much every computer and tablet. And so you can save that in FreshGrade, or you can save it into Teams, hand it into Teams, or if you're not using one of those systems, it's easy to email or save to OneDrive, and your teacher can see how you're doing along the way.
Right, okay. Okay, so that was really easy then. I have my PDF. I know how to take pictures. I know portfolio. Let's see here. I'm going to head I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we'll head back into the PowerPoint. All right.
All right. Oh. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so next time we're going to be covering the weekly check-in. And so that'll take what we've done with the camera and the portfolio, and we're going to add a little piece to that. We're also going to talk about the weekly check-in, like the numeracy portion of that. And we're going to look at graphing supplies. So the supplies that you're using along the way, we're going to talk about how we can graph those. As well, we're going to look at building a second floor, and I've got some useful tips and tricks to help you out and make that building faster. And we're going to look at the book and quill And the Book and Quill is a really great tool that's in the Minecraft education version that lets you do some writing, and you can reflect on what you've been doing as you go.
That's great. I want to let teachers know as well, and students, that another video will be coming out fairly soon, the next couple of days, about that process of taking supplies which are normally free and giving a value to them, because we're going to figure out cost. And it will help to bring up some questions and help to kind of focus you on what kinds of prices might make sense, right? And the decisions that you'll have to make. Anyway, this has been really fun, and I have, in particular, I really appreciate Rob having you along to show me how to help me build this house of mine in a less clunky manner. And I hope that students out there will also have a chance to get together with their classmates and to be even doing some building together. Now, I know that there are a couple of things to know about that, because Rob and I had a really easy time sharing our worlds. It was, sometimes you're not going to have as easy of a time. And what are those times again?
Yeah, so in general, if you're partnering with someone who is at home and you are at home, then you won't have an issue connecting to their world or them connecting to your world.
Okay, so if you're both at home, you're good to go, right?
Both at home, good to go. If you're both at school, you're also good to go.
Okay.
If you're at school, you might be able to connect with someone who is at home if they have the world running on their computer. But it's harder for the person at school to share their world. That's the real tricky one.
Okay,
it's hard for the person at school to share a world with someone who is at home.
Okay, so if you're trying to do that and it's not working, that's likely the problem.
Yeah.
And it could be that it has to go the other way, right? So whoever's at home has to share with the person at school, and then you should be okay, right?
Yeah,
right.
That generally is the way that it's worked. We've tried it. You and I have tried it that way, and that worked.
Yeah.
So that generally works, but sometimes it does become a little bit difficult. So generally we say home to home is good, school to school is good, and then the other way is a little bit tricky.
A little trickier. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, and at this point, are there questions that we should know about before we say goodbye?
I did see a couple questions in the chat, and I know that James and Nicole have been answering a lot of the questions. One of them that I thought was really important was asked by a friend of mine, Jane, and she was asking about will a video of this lesson be available on the SharePoint site for rewatching? And that was answered by Nicole. Yeah, we are recording it, and it will be available on the Fantasy Home Festival website, so you can go there, and it should be up later today, so you could rewatch it. Or if you have students coming in on Thursday or Friday and you want to watch it with them, you can totally do that.
Great.
James or Nicole, are there any questions that perhaps you think would be good for us to answer for everyone?
Hi, Jen and Rob.
After you, Nicole.
Thanks, James. So I think there's a lot of eagerness to start already. So there's a few anonymous ones that are asking if they can start already.
So and we're really excited too. So we understand that, and we want to make sure that you are going with your teacher. So if you are a student who is just doing this for the fun of it, and your teacher isn't necessarily leading you step by step, then by all means, you're welcome to go ahead. But if you are a student whose teacher is working with you on it, then I would say make sure that you're going step by step with them and just check in with your teacher.
Yep, that's perfect answer. It's exactly right.
Another question or theme that I saw through the questions was about making modifications, and I've just been answering it and saying there's some pretty good options available in the education edition, and your imagination is the best way to express your creativity, working just within the many tools they have. If there's anything else you want to say about that.
Oh, thanks, James. Mods are one of the things that we know kids love about Minecraft, and you know, texture packs and all those things are so cool. Unfortunately, the education edition doesn't really allow for that to happen. And there's reasons for that, but we won't get into that. But just, you know, for right now, stick with the regular, you know, version of educational Minecraft and use what it has, because it's got a lot of things that the other versions of Minecraft don't have. Like, look at all the skins that are there. That's pretty cool that you can choose whatever skin you want. So. Any other questions?
Okay, well, I'll take that as our time to sign off then, and to say thanks again for everyone who is attending today. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, I want to say thank you too. It's the first time we've done a live event like this, and hopefully it was helpful for you, and we look forward to seeing your builds. We're actually going to be asking you to send us pictures or videos of your builds down the road.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to see your creativity and some of the awesome things that you build, and we're really hoping to put out a video that will show off some of the cool things that you've done over the course of these next few weeks. So thanks so much for coming, and we look forward to having you join us next week.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.